This week's episode was brought to you by the hashtag winning.
Oakland Days UK, Oakland Days UK, the Oakland Days UK, the Oakland Days UK.
Hello and welcome to Oakland Days UK YouTube channel. I'm Matt Smith here for your Sunday review on the 26th of May. And this week it's been a case of the A's play, the A's win. The week started with the end of a long A's road trip with 3 games in Cleveland. Now, there were a few bumps along the road. Brett Anderson came out for the first game with a slight neck injury, and then in the second game Chris Bassett had probably his worst start for the season so far, giving up 6 walks, but the A's were able to win both games with Jokes and Profile going deep in both of them, so good start to those 2 games. The one black mark unfortunately came in the Tuesday game, the second game, when Chris Davis started it but then came out of the game early. Now we know he's been struggling with his side injury. It turns out to be an oblique injury, and he was finally placed on the 10-day injury list. It's a blow, but in fact I think it's probably a good thing in the long run because he was clearly struggling, clearly wasn't able to swing like he usually does. So let's get him rested. It was great that he wanted to be out and was trying to contribute, but let's get him rested, get him back healthy and get him back to the old Chris Davis that we know and love. So whilst there were a few bumps in the road for the starting pitching in the first 2 games of the series, Game 3 we didn't have to worry because Game 3 on Wednesday, a day game, Frankie Montas, it was Frankie who says relax. 9 strikeouts for Frankie, and brilliant as always. He's been superb for us this season, and he did it once again on the Wednesday to help us to the series sweep. This part of the video is in memory of Fernando Rodney's A's career. When we look back at the 2018-2019 off-season, the A's' decision to pick up their contract year on Fernando Rodney is going to prove to be one of the worst decisions the A's made over that off-season. $5 million, and he's never looked comfortable at all. It says a lot that he was only brought into the game on Wednesday when the A's were 7-0 up. That's kind of been the story this season. Bob Melvin really hasn't trusted him at all, and frankly the way he's been pitching, you can't blame Bo Mel for that. He came into the game and it was a disaster. 4 batters faced, 4 batters got on base. First one with a walk, then a home run to Jake Bauers, then a single, then a walk. Fernando Rodney was off. And when I mean off, he was off the mound and now off the team, designated for assignment, and has been replaced by Wei Chun Wong. Left-handed pitcher, he's come into the bullpen and hopefully he can do a good job for us. Rodney never was going to work out this season, unfortunately. So, like you as a guy, like your personality, but he just wasn't getting it done on the mound. And hopefully it will be a bit similar to what happened last year with Santiago Casilla, when we cut ties with him and the A's suddenly started rolling. Now the A's have already started rolling, but you know, when you've got a guy in a pen who's clearly struggling like Rodney was, it does make a big issue of it, particularly when the A's rely on the bullpen so much. So hopefully Wong can come in and do a good job for us. And Rodney, is he going to sign for another team? I doubt it, but hey, he seems to get plenty of chances in the past, so maybe he will get another one here. The A's finally headed home for the start of a 9-game homestand with a 3-game series against the Seattle Mariners. The first game on Friday went the way of the A's 6-2. Daniel Rendon did give up 5 walks, so he was a bit shaky, but that didn't matter too much, not least with Matt Olson and Mark Canha going back-to-back. And then yesterday the A's won 6-5, getting the better of Yusei Kikuchi. His curveball really wasn't working for him, and the A's feasted on it, not least Matt Chapman in the first inning, hitting another opposite field home run. Absolute line drive type of a home run. He's swinging the bat really well. It just absolutely sounds like a bomb going off sometimes when it hits his bat. So Matt Chapman's been in great form, and the A's really are playing well now. So the A's head into Sunday's game in brilliant form. MLB.com will tell you they've got a 5-game winning streak, but actually it's an 8-game winning streak. We've got the nonsense of that game last Sunday, suspended game against Detroit. The way MLB.com likes to work it, they just keep that there, holding, and then when the game is finally completed at the end of September, they'll fill it in as if it happened then, which doesn't make any sense to me. We're on an 8-game winning streak as far as I'm concerned, and where we've been looking up and trying to get to 500 for a while, we're now 27-25 as we head into this game, second in the American League West. Okay, we're 7.5 behind the Houston Astros, but we know how good they are, so let's not worry about them for the moment. Let's concentrate on the A's and how well the A's have been playing. So Sunday's game, series finale, the A's going for the 9th win in a row as far as I'm concerned, going for the series sweep. It's a 7 minutes past 9 PM start in the UK, it's a great time for us to watch on MLB.tv. The Mariners are going to be sending Mike Leake to the mound. Now the A's saw him only about a couple of weeks ago, I think it was the 14th of May the A's last saw him, so they're quite familiar with how he's going to be attacking them and what his pitching arsenal is, so hopefully that will be good news for the A's hitters. As for the A's, they're going to be sending Brett Anderson to the mound. Now Brett came out of his game, as I mentioned, on Monday, a bit early because of a slight neck injury, but he should be fine. He said he was fine, so hopefully he can give us a good 6 innings or so. The bullpen could really do with that, I think. So if he can give us a good start, we can complete the sweep, make it 9 in a row. Hey, it's all looking good for the A's. We'll be tweeting along on Oakland Day UK, so follow along there, and of course follow along on all of our social media platforms and here on our YouTube channel. I'm Matt Smith, thanks a lot for watching.